Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another English session. Well, today we're gonna work with a lot of things and they are related to society. Remember that we have been talking about crime and now we're gonna talk about how we can improve our society or at least the places where we live, our surroundings. And because it is connected to the topic today, I just want to show you one quotation. We're going to read it and we're going to give our POVs related to it. And let me see. I'll share it in a few seconds. Here is. So I need someone who help me please reading it. Maybe my dear Susana. Susana Camila.
Hello.
Hello, my dear. Please do me a favor and read.
We're blaming society, yet we're our society. So to make it a better place, we must change ourselves first.
Thank you so much. So you see, that is very curious. When I was looking up for a quotation to present in today's class, well, that something that really caught my attention and something I want to remark is that we refer to society as a third person, like if we were not included there. And of course we are included, we're part of society. Maybe our roles are not too, and I quote, important, because we don't have that effect on other people. I mean, I'm talking about your role as a student, because me as a teacher, I have a great responsibility in my hands, and is to transmit you not only knowledge in this particular subject, but also how to be better citizens, how to become better people, better students, and you can contribute to solve the problems or at least to lessen the problems in our chaotic society. But one thing that I just want to remark, and I'm gonna ask you the microphone, is that we don't refer to society as a third person or a second person. Society is all of us, so we're part of society. Sometimes I like to exclude myself since I think that I don't go according to the current. So I mean that I don't think like many people do. Every time that I watch the television and I see how many the average Salvadorian think, I just totally feel disconnected. I can't I can relate to how most of part of the society think, because it's weird. I mean, the way that Salvadorian think, the Salvadorian society for me is weird, is uncultured. Well, it got a lot of faults, flaws, and that's what I think. But believe it or not, I don't feel part of the society, but I am part of the society, and I have to contribute from my place, from being a teacher. You see, I got to talk to a lot of people. Well, you are supposed to be more, but at least 200 people listen to my teachings, and you are well, you are part of my responsibilities here. And so if I want to be a better person, a better citizen, a better professional, I have to do my job the best I can. And I'm trying. But you see this pandemic thing and how education has changed in a year. it makes the things more difficult because every time it is more difficult to reach out your your ears. So most of you are not paying attention. Some of you are, and I can tell who is really listening to me and who is not. And who is definitely not even in the class. That is even much worse. But this is my opinion about it. So now let me hear what you gotta say about this. Voluntarily, anybody wants to say something? Or should I call you by names? Uh-huh. Volunteers goes at 1, goes at 2, goes for 3. Whoops. There we are. Flores María Fernanda. Maffer.
Hey, teacher.
Hello, my dear Maffer. Do you have anything to say related to this quotation?
Um, I'm really new because I'm embarrassed because I don't know what say about this society, but I think that yeah, so
Okay,
I
so
think
then let me ask you a question then.
okay.
So do you think that you can change the way that society is going if you modify your behavior, if you change the way you act, the way you think?
Mm, I don't because I think that all the people in general have are mentally different than me, and I think that yeah, the person can different, but only if the person want to change.
Mhm.
But if I change, I don't think that all the people want to change too. And so I think that that is uh ¿cómo decirlo? That I think that um do it by myself, but if the people want to change, I think the first place to do is that mentally wanna be changed.
Yeah, I agree with you and I relate with what you said. If you change, you said that it's kind of difficult to make people change, especially since society thinks differently from you. And that's what I think as well. But believe it or not, small changes in small places can create huge advances in life. What do I mean by that? You can affect people in your surroundings. You affect people in your family. Then your family members may affect people in the school. Because it's very funny. I remember when I was a kid, I remember that the way that I was raised was so different from the one that my classmates were. And there were a lot of differences. I had a different language. I got different habits from my classmates, and that's due to the way that they were raised at home. So the way that you were raised in your house, the values that you practice, that you lecture in your house, it really does make a difference in the school. And I think that you have faced a situation in the school. Well, now you're not at school, and you're not seeing right now what I'm saying, but you have studied for what, 9 years from now, and you know how different it is, one education at home from another family perspective. And you see, you can create, you can promote changes from where you are, no matter how big, how small, but you might influence on this. Let me see. Sorry, my internet just dropped, but here I am again. All right. Anybody else? Or should I call you by names? Well, I know people who always talk, and I'm sure that if I call you by your name, you're gonna respond, but I want to listen to different people. Well, but today, curiously, only people who talk is here. Let me see. Lucia Sanabria.
Hello, you can
Hello.
hear me?
Of course, loud and clear.
Okay.
Now I can't.
Um, what is the question or
Your opinion about the quotation.
oh, but I can say I think to make a change, obviously we have to see us first to make change in ourselves, and obviously it not happen fast. Um,
Sure, it's a process. It's a
mhm.
process.
And I don't know. I think that my change, it's not gonna change everything. Apports a little, but it's not everything. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean, and I feel related to that.
That.
Okay, thank you. But don't get down. Don't feel disappointed. So I know that the popular way of thinking out there is different from ours, since we have received a different education. But don't get disappointed. You may also promote changes in society, believe it or not. Okay, let me see. Carlita Umaña. Yesenia Umaña, are you with us? Maybe Mónica Funes, Astrid Bonilla.
Hi.
Hello. Do you gotta say something about it?
Um, Personally, I think sometimes only a small percentage is true for us change.
So,
And the
and,
other
and
people
no,
only
continue,
take
continue.
and the other people only take advantage for this.
Mhm. Yeah, that is sadly true. That is sadly true as well. But don't get frustrated.
No, I
Keep
do
going.
what I need to do, and
Of
this is
course.
what I think.
That's the attitude. That's the attitude. Okay. Thank you. Now let's move to the lesson. It's lesson number 2 in your books, English ID. Give me one sec. It's page 96. Yeah, page 96. It is related to the quotation. So we're talking about society, I mean people in general. Now, what about changing infrastructure and all that? That one is more difficult for us to achieve since we don't have, the financials to promote changes. For example, in Soyapango, that you're gonna build a library or another hospital or another university. In Ilopango, Soyapango, or Saltepec and Japa, the places where most of you live. It's not up to you. Here it is definitely more difficult. Even though your citizens' participation is to vote for the candidates that you think that they're gonna deliver their promises. But as soon as they get those seats in the throne, they forget about what they have promised, and no matter what color of flag they have. So they're all liars. And we'll see this. How could your city be improved quickly? And especially quickly. You see, there was a guy, I remember, that he promised una obra por día. And it's been more than a month after that, and I haven't seen that. I don't know if you have, but I haven't. And if we say that una obra por día, that means that we're gonna improve quickly. At this time, San Salvador would be one of the most modern, safest cities in the world. So with that promise, but I don't know if you watch the news or you read the news on the internet, but that has been bold-faced lie, right? Anyway, so we're not talking about politics right now. We're gonna listen to a story. I think it is a true story since it's here in this book, and they have also evidence here in pictures. Medellin. I don't know if that rings your bell. Medellin is a city in Colombia, one of the most dangerous cities, by the way, because of the cartels activities. You see, Colombia has that stereotype, that has that level that is dangerous because of the drug dealing activity there and the cartels and Pablo Escobar and all that. So now you're gonna listen to part of a report, and you will check if Medellin has been named the world's most violent city, the fastest growing city, or the most innovative city. Then you will look at the pictures and you tell me what you think of this development or how these developments have helped Medellin. Then to listen the second part, and we will see if you were right. So pay attention, please.
Audio 9.5. Colombia's second largest city has a new honor. Once the home of violent drug cartels, Medellin was recently named the world's most innovative city by the Urban Land Institute. Michelle Beguier reports on how the city went from one of the most dangerous cities in the world to one of the most.
Okay, what is the answer? In letter A?
The last one, most innovative.
Yes, it's the most innovative city. You see how they have been able to change the perspective of the world? First, it was well known as a violent city, and now they got the reputation of the most innovative city. And how this happened? You will see some pictures here, car cables, metro cables. So the ones that we call, like we had in Teleférico San Jacinto here. That will help to improve traffic, you see, but not the traffic of drugs, but the traffic of cars. This one right here, it looks like a library. For sure, education is part of the solution. This one, very curious. You have seen those things. Do you remember, guys, the name of this object, these things? It was part of the game during the fest. Sofia Nicole? Hello, Juan. Do you remember the name of this? You were one of the hosts.
Electric.
Ah, Juan, you were one of
No.
the hosts in that game. Shame on you. We had another
Oh my gosh.
host here.
Wait a minute. I can remember even the name in Spanish.
Okay.
Escalera.
Okay. It's similar in English.
Mm,
Okay,
electric
maybe.
stairs.
No,
No.
maybe no. That was one of the choices, but it wasn't the right one. Okay, let's ask to the other host, Paola Aquino. Maybe she remembers.
Hello.
Do you remember? I see some answers in the chat. I will not read them. Mario and Danielito are responding in the chat. But you were one of the hosts in the game.
Yes.
And what is
If
the
I'm
name?
not wrong, it was escalator, something like that.
Yeah, it was an escalator.
Okay.
Thank you. So, and also Marito and my dear Daniel help with that. All right, so there's an escalator, famous and very common in malls, such as Plaza Mundo, Metrocentro, Multiplaza, etc. Have you ever seen one of these in a slum? Because this is a slum. I will zoom the picture so you can have a view of this place. So this neighborhood is not fancy at all. It's a slum. A slum or a ghetto. It's a poor neighborhood, Like there are the ones here in El Salvador, we have a lot, plenty of those. But they have an escalator. You see, it's maybe because there were some houses at the top of a hill or something and people gotta climb a lot of steps. But since development arrived, they have an escalator. One of these is gonna be installed in Soyapango or Ilopango or Ciudad Delgado.
Teacher,
Tell me.
but I can say electric stands instead of escalator.
Yeah, but
No.
people, yes and no, but the name is escalator. If you said electric stairs, probably people will understand, all right? But it's not the right name. And if nothing happens, if you called it differently, I mean, if people understand you, that is all right. But the right name and how you will listen it in movies, series, and books is escalator. It's escalator. So now we're gonna read this. And well, we're gonna answer these questions as well. We're gonna read and see if these questions responses are the metro cable, the escalator, or the library park. Because we have here the escalator, the library park, and this thing, the metro car. We're gonna listen as you read. Oh, no, this one doesn't have an audio, sorry. We're gonna read this one. We gotta read it, and you're gonna help me with that. Just, I'm going to zoom this paragraph so you will be able to see. There are some blanks, ignore them, because we have an exercise later on. Right now, I just want you to read it, get some ideas to answer these questions right here. So the first paragraph will be read by Daniel Flores.
Okay.
Please.
Once home to Pablo Escobar and his cartel, Medellin used to be considered the world's murder capital. Today, 3 decades later, homicides have dropped by 80%. The city's metamorphosis is a complex phenomenon. We've asked 3 experts to tell us why they think urban violence is on the decline.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you, Daniel. So as you can see, once was considered Pablo Escobar's liar, and now it is considered one of the most innovative places. And how is that? Because homicides have dropped by 80%. So that means 2 murders by day. I don't know how much it is, but that has been possible because people also has stand up by themselves and they are fighting against violence. That's a good example to follow. The second paragraph, I don't know if anybody wants to be my guest and read. Daniela Salazar, maybe?
Yes, teacher, that paragraph, right?
Please, please.
Okay, there's an invisible wall in this city between the more prosperous neighborhoods and the periphery violence. It's gradually dropping. And this is happening due to initiatives like the Metro Cable, a network of cable cars which was financed by the city's public-private partnerships. These cable cars connect poor and middle class Medellin, both literally and symbolically, and this is helping to reduce urban violence.
Okay, thank you so much. So you see that there's here an association between public and private institutions. They create some partnerships. In El Salvador, when something goes from public to private, basically what they do is not to cooperate each other. The public institutions are sold to private owners. So that means that they sell like a product, you see. And like I remember long ago when the telecommunications were public and Antel was the responsible, the institution, the entitled institution to manage this rubber. And when they sell it to Publitel, all of the prices went high. It was easier to access to a telephone. It was easier, well, it is actually easier to access to a line nowadays, but it's more expensive than the way it used to be. And there's, if you got the cash, if you got the money, you have the service. Whereas if it's public, it's the government responsibility that you own one. And Publitel, then they changed to the name of Allo, and then Allo became Claro. That is the one that we know nowadays. Like Tigo was Telemóvil, the pioneer of mobile communications, and now is Tigo. The third paragraph will be read by, let me see who else is here. Dani Rosales. She is in here. Jorge, Rodrigo.
Yo.
Okay, Joe. You're gonna help me with this and be careful with this number. You see, in El Salvador is dangerous, right? Okay, so you're gonna help me with this paragraph. It goes until here. Okay.
Okay. In Spanish or English?
In Spanish, it's in Spanish.
Comuna 13 is one of the Medellin poorest neighborhoods, as you know. Up until 2011, residents had to climb
500.
I don't know. I forgot. 15 to get home. Not anymore. Thanks to the Comuna 13 escalators, what used to be a long spell is now a 5-minute ride. The system, which can only be found in the city, is so good. But most importantly, the escalators have given people a new sense of dignity and pride. And this had an impact of crime, I think.
Thank you. So this is something that it really makes difference. When you feel dignified, when you feel that you see the authorities are considering you as a human being and you have rights, you improve the way that you behave, you improve the way that you behave in society. And that really, really helps to reduce crime. So you see, the residents of Comuna 13 used to climb 500 steps to get home. So that means 1,000 steps all the way out, all the way in, the way back, 1,000 steps. And if you had to leave your house 3 times a day, so calculate, do your math and see how many steps I have to climb. But then they create the escalator. So now this is just a 5-minute ride to get home. All the way up, all the way down. And people feel dignified, and that's good. And the last paragraph, Arias Marito. Can you unmute your mic, Mario?
Hi, teacher.
Hello, Marito.
This
Please.
paragraph that you show us.
Yes, please.
Okay. Medellin First Library Park was built in 2007 and instantly became synonymous with the city's modernization. Since then, 8 new library parks have been built and they're used by thousands of people every day. But libraries, they have books, of course, computer rooms, and all that, but they're essentially civic centers with open space, exhibition halls, and place where people can learn, have fun together, and get to know each other. In other words, socialization, crimes, number of one enemy. Sofia Gomez, police officer.
Thank you so much. So they have also worked in different areas. They have worked in education, or because of the library, dignification, transportation, and better conditions in the slums. They are trying to educate society, giving free access to books, and also they have improved transportation. So, wait. We're gonna see the answers for exercise B. Which initiative is unique to Medellin? Metro Cable, Escalator, or the library? According to what you just read, which one is the unique thing in Medellin or to Medellin? Is it M, E, or L? Let me see the chat. Metro Cable. Okay, let's write letter M here. Second, attracts a lot of daily users. Which one attracts a lot of daily users? Any guesses? The escalator, probably. Which one has made the local residents proud? I think that one is the escalator. Which one encourages users to interact? Which one do you think, Katie Panameño? Which initiative encouraged users to interact? Letter M, you said. Okay, letter M. Number 5, which one is partly paid for the business investors? Remember that it was on a partnership between public and private institutions. Which initiative was that one? Susana Camila, which one do you think? It was paid part for the government and part for private institutions?
Can you repeat, please, teacher?
Okay. Which initiative was partly paid or financed by business investors?
I don't know, teacher.
Okay, guess. M, E, or L? Say something. Maybe you're lucky.
I mean, maybe E.
Maybe E. Okay. Thank you. Maybe E. Let's write E with pencil, just because if you may erase it. And then E is reducing the gap between rich and poor. Oh, that's interesting. No government here in El Salvador has been able to reduce the gap between rich people and poor people. But they're doing it. They're working on that. I think is the. So what do you think?
Letter M.
Letter M. Now let's verify if you were right. Okay, number 1, the escalator. Number 2, the library. Number 3, the escalator. Number 4, the library. And 5 and 6, letter M, the metro car. So now is your time to work with something. I'm gonna give you some time to do it. And it's this. Okay, individually. Propose 3 actions to help improving your your neighborhood, no, because some of you live in luxurious neighborhoods. Improving San Salvador. I don't know if all of you live in San Salvador or in other municipalities, but let's think of San Salvador because it's big and everybody has been there. Propose 3 actions to help improving San Salvador as a city. Use pictures to illustrate your ideas. So we have seen 3 actions in Medellin: the metro cable, the escalator, and the park library. So what are your ideas to improve San Salvador? Let's help the mayor with his plan Una Obra por Día. So maybe he doesn't have any ideas and that's why we're still waiting. And you might help. You have 15 minutes to do it. Work in Canva or PowerPoint presentation. And be ready to share the screen with us. Do you have any questions about what you're doing, my friends?
No.
Okay. So you have 15 minutes then. Let's get it to work and get ready to present it. Only 3 ideas. How San Salvador will be improved.
Wait. Tuki. You can see it, right?
Yes, I see it now.
Yeah. These are my three ideas.
Okay.
Better organization for the city. And all. Better security, obviously. Why not? And invest in the commerce sector for a better economy, and for they can be a lot of more new things, or like in Colombia more. I lost the
Okay.
word.
Okay. Do you think that security has improved in San Salvador?
Yeah, but never is bad. A lot of more. Never is bad more.
Yeah, it never hurts. It never hurts.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You're gonna be a candidate for the next elections, my friend.
Okay.
Okay, now Monica is ready.
Yeah. Can you see?
Yes, I
Okay.
saw a guy.
Ah, yeah. Okay. See, improving San Salvador. Create a bike rack. You see?
Yes, I see it.
Okay. For the safety of many young people who choose to use bicycles in the street where usually only cars and motorcycles pass. See.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Make a seat, but I know that art have, but I think that need more. And an artistic space. Create a wall to impart urban art, so maybe this is possible for people to stop staining private property and make their talents known.
And also when people are busy, with they exploit their artistic side, they stay away from crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. And also I like the idea of a bike rack because that helps people. You see in the traffic, people do not respect bikers. They do not. And that's a good way to go around. It is eco-friendly and also is
Yeah.
cheap. It's cheap and good for your
Yeah.
health as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
That was a great idea. Like also the ones that my dear Rodrigo presented. Anybody else? Anybody else who wants to run for being a mayor in San Salvador? Isama Kwan,
Hi.
are you ready? Almost ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, show us what you got.
Okay, I think you can see my screen.
Yes,
Yeah?
I do. Yes, I do.
Okay, how to improve San Salvador and keep it in time. I saw a TED talk about a mayor who improves his city. They have a very poor infrastructure. I know that the image is low. It has low quality, but it's a typically town in El Salvador with roof, mess, and he improves his city by painted it with colorful colors, and you can see the impact of this little action in the humor, in the behavior of the citizens. They feel more happy. They feel that the town is safe, and the people go ahead and they don't have a lot of fear about the delinquency of or the crime. Another thing that can improve the San Salvador City is make a big park in every town, in every colonia, because the young people can go, can have fun. And a big example is El Cafetalón. It is in Santa Tecla, and it is open all the day, all the days, and they have a pool, a big, how do you say, cancha? I don't remember, but
soccer field.
Have trees. How?
Soccer field.
Soccer fields. So that is something very important, because you can have the young people not in gangs, but in activities like this, and you can also measure how many young people are in the city. And the next thing is to have, I don't remember the word.
Taxes?
Penalty fee. It is penalty fee. If someone does something, to have a hard penalty fee against it. Imagine if you break the law in moment, you will have the consequence. So the people won't do it all the time. A big consequence can make, like, if you throw the garbage in the street, and do that, you have to pay money. But if you don't pay the money, you can you can use your I don't know, some things like that. So I think that the people will be happy with these things, but also they will have to be responsible to keep the good things in place.
And I could see, thank you very much. I could see that really the color of the houses and a clean city really makes a difference. I mean, this is not a modern city, but the look, the way it look is so different just with, you see, with a different paint. And if the city is clean as well, that also helps. And people feel more dignified. They feel dignified. And obviously places like Cafetalón, right? We have a lot of space in San Salvador. Well, actually no. But they may use the ones they have available to create those recreational places with pools, parks, soccer fields, basketball courts, etc., to keep teenagers away from crime. Thank you. That was such a good idea. Anybody else was ready? Maffer, are you ready now?
Yes.
All right. We are all ears.
Okay. Wait. Okay. Press the. Okay. Wait. Just give me a minute, please. I'm sorry. Share screen. Okay. You can see the paint. Yeah, right? Okay. My first action to better than El Salvador is, okay, wait. Okay, is violence prevention. We can encourage healthy, stable, and and healthy relationship between children and their parents or caregivers. The second, develop life skills in children and adolescents. And three, reduce the ability and harmful use of alcohol. And my second action is race or economic development. First, working in poverty, which we have been current for decades, must also have the highest priority. Suburbs want a decent job that allows them to cover their basic needs to support their families. They want timely and quality health service, and they require schools where children and young people receive first-rate education. And my third action is placing scans to place to coverage mulching in the streets. And this third action I put because in the personality in my grandma, I see that a grandma lives, they practically use the street where the car pass as a garbage can inform me that is wrong because they themselves dirty their neighborhood and they don't care of it.
Yes, garbage is a huge problem that is not gonna stop. So litter is part of not just the problem, but it's part of the culture. You see, Salvadorian people like to throw garbage in the street from the buses windows, everywhere they go, they litter a lot. And that is a cultural thing that it needs, well, we need to educate the population to stop doing that. So I would like to continue with this activity, but time's up. And if you have your presentations ready, maybe you will present it in the next class, which by the way is after vacation. But you see, if you save your presentations, they will be shown after vacation. So enjoy your lives, enjoy your vacations. See you until then.